Rock, it is a cold Saturday morning from our dens. We have the Big Five Classic coming up today, but before we get to that, Dumpf hosted a great event on campus this week at LaSalle. Rock, why don't you tell our Explorer fans about that great day?
Yeah, so Fran was able to organize for the communications department a panel that consisted of NBA analyst and former LaSalle standout Timmy Legler, uh, Bill Raftery, college basketball analyst and former LaSalle player, and Mike Sieski of the Philadelphia Inquirer. And it was a panel where the communications department could ask questions and communicate with all three of them and learn about how to possibly have a career in broadcasting.
Maybe we should have been there, but on a volunteer basis, strictly.
Hey, listen, Bron, why would you want to make money doing this when you can do it for free?
I wouldn't. I would not. Rocky looked at the pictures we just put up, and the second one was with the team meeting Raf and Legs. How important is that for LaSalle, little old LaSalle, to have the top analyst in the NBA and in the NCAA on campus the same day?
Well, it's just a continuation of what has been a fantastic tradition in the world of college basketball for little old 20th and only LaSalle University. When you think back to LaSalle having three college basketball players of the year in Tom Gola, Michael Brooks, and Lionel Simmons, and then you throw in what you're currently you have two of the best broadcasters, one in college basketball and Bill Raftery, the other in the NBA and Tim Legler. And then you throw in Fran Dumphy, one of the all-time winningest coaches and a great player at LaSalle. So the tradition at LaSalle is tremendous. It's just a carry-on of what is a great college basketball tradition.
And you said to me off the air, how fortunate you feel, and I agreed with you of being just a small part of that.
I wake up every day being proud of being part of one LaSalle University, two the Big Five. I mentioned it before, but I'm grateful for what LaSalle has done for me as a person, and I stated before how it not only how it prepared me and what it did for me in college basketball, but how it prepared me for life afterwards. And I'm just very proud of that.
As we all are. Well said. So Raft, let's get back to him for 1 second, Rock. He did several of your games, several of my games, and he always enjoyed Speedy's antics, whether it was the pants splitting, the car backfiring. But he would always joke, Rock, because he was number 25 and Jack Hurd was 25. Whenever he'd do our games, he would say, Jackie Hurd and I have a combined 850 points at LaSalle.
I've heard him do that as well because he was a short-time coach, I believe, at Seton Hall.
Yeah.
And I've heard him do that as well when he would talk about maybe a Mike Krzyzewski, and he'd throw his record in with Mike's and say they are combined, they're two of the winningest coaches in college basketball.
But I have to ask you this question while we're on the topic of the pants splitting, Rock. You were in the locker room at halftime. Legend has it, Mimi somehow had a sewing kit on her person. She went in, she was sewing up Speedy's pants at halftime. As he was talking to you guys, Rock, was he in his underwear or what was going on?
Well, just to set that up properly, that year we played Villanova twice. We beat them twice. We beat them once in the regular season and once in the NIT. And during one of those games, Speedy, Speedy was one to, it wasn't uncommon for him to dive on the floor and after a turnover or something, he was very theatrical, and he split his pants. And literally, he split him right down the back. So
He didn't. He
you
didn't
could
have. He didn't have Jay Wright's Taylor at the time, so there might have been a
you could
little.
literally see his whitey tighties hanging out of his pants as he was coaching. So at halftime, in the locker room, he had to take his pants off. Mimi was sewing him up at halftime. So I don't remember. I honestly don't remember if Speedy was standing there coaching us in his underwear at halftime or not. I just don't remember. You're gonna have to ask somebody else that question.
That's okay. I'll just envision it as I'm envisioning it right now.
Uh,
Colin, what are you doing? You're not rebounding. Coach, you're in your boxers. I can't take you too seriously right now.
there were no boxers. There were whitey tighties, brother.
So you did remember something. We're gonna keep jogging your mind as the day goes on. But as the day does go on, Rock, we are fortunate to be there today. Big Five Classic. We open up with Drexel at 2 o'clock. Overall thoughts on Drexel?
Well, a good team. Drexel played Syracuse very well for the first half. I mean, they were leading most of the first half and then ended up going down only 6 at the half before, Syracuse took over in the second half and shut them down, made some adjustments at halftime, and Drexel had a hard time scoring on them in the second half. But look, Drexel averages 72 points a game to LaSalle 67. Both teams are shooting about 43%. Stat that concerns me just a little bit today is Drexel's, they've shot 71, made 71 threes on 212 attempts. LaSalle making 46 threes on 149. Drexel's taken 63 more threes than LaSalle and made 25 more than LaSalle. So, if there's a differential in the game that I'm concerned about, it's 3-point shooting. Although percentage-wise, Drexel's not a great 3-point shooting team, but they're going to take a lot. And the other stat that surprised me a little bit was Drexel really likes to hit the boards. They're averaging 40 rebounds a game to LaSalle's 38, and that is one of our staples as a team. That we're a good rebounding basketball team.
Yeah, and the first thing that jumped out at me was their size and that rebounding stat. So we'll talk about the keys after the personnel here in a minute. But Rock, talk about some of the players on the Dragons roster that we should be looking for today.
Yeah, there's 3 players I'm going to talk about. First one is their point guard, Eli Beard, 5'11" senior. He's averaging 10 points a game, 40% from the field. Can shoot the three, 36.6 from three. This is a guy who wants to push the pace. He wants to get to the rim if he can. He's excellent in the lane, has a really nice floater, but 59% of his shot attempts come from three. So you want to push him off the line if you can. The other player is number 4, Shane Blakeney, probably their best player, 6'5" junior, averaging 12.4 a game. This is a guy that is looking to get up and down the floor as well, but he's going to run to the 3-point line if he can in transition. Can also put the ball on the floor and get to the basket when needed. And last but not least, number 22, William Garcia Alston, 6'8". This is what I call their glue guy. He makes things happen for other people on the team, looking always to get his teammates involved and set them up. He's also their leading rebounder.
Glue guy, the Swiss Army knife, as I think I read in the scouting report, all those terms. He's a good one. I flashed up there as you were talking, Rock, the Big Five classics, pictures the last time we were there. It's just great to see our guys and our cheerleaders. There was a picture of our cheerleaders there, which we will be back there today. Hopefully, having shot there once, having played there once, we'll have a better outcome today. Got a good feeling. We watched them play Syracuse tough for a half, Rock. We know about their players. They can play a little bit, but hopefully we can wear them down a little bit in the second half today.
Well, I think one of the things that we want to briefly talk about too is the Big Five, right? The attempt to keep this thing alive. And this is the 3rd year now at Xfinity Live. Last year we had a blast. I mean, it used to be everybody talks about the double headers of old time at the Palestra. You get triple headers now at Xfinity at the Xfinity Center. So last year we had a ball. Today 3 great games: LaSalle Drexel, which will be a very good basketball game; Temple St. Joe's, 2 evenly matched teams. I get a chance to see our old friend Deuce Jones in action today. Looking forward to seeing Deuce Jones play today. And then, of course, you have Penn at Villanova, which has the potential to be a very good basketball game.
Very good game. Two different, styles of play. Penn's not afraid to get up and down, and as we, so they have a couple very good players. Rock. So 2 o'clock, Explorers and the Dragons. 4:30, St. Joe's Temple. Two athletic teams, and as we talked about, Battle of Styles at 7:30 with the Quakers and the Villanova Wildcats. Two guys who have all three games. Our guy, Dr. John Giannini on NBC Sports Philly, and the voice of the Big Five, Matt Martucci. So, Rock, you will be there calling the game. I'll be there as well, covering it for 810 Talk. And as we always leave our listeners, Rock,
Go Explorers!